Hello, we're here at the meshLINK booth in Amsterdam at the RAI, and I'm from Broadcast Solutions Products and Services, and I'm going to present to you the new meshLINK IP-based mesh system. What we have here is a system that's based on Silver's radios, and those radios you can see are really rugged, so they're forming a meshLINK that is IP-based. That means every system that you have that is has an IP-based device could be integrated into the system, and for that reasons it's really a game changer in the things we did normally with a normal video system that we have. What you can see is we use a mesh system that those radios, they form a whole system in itself, and Nico is going to describe how the system is working.
Yeah, I'm Nico. So basically every radio in the network talks to every other radio in the network. They do this via using routing beacons. So every 100 milliseconds they monitor the signal-to-noise ratio and the link quality. So the radios decide by themselves what link to use, and they always use the most efficient one with the lowest amount of noise and the best SNR. So if we take a look right now at this map, you can see we have multiple nodes in the mesh network, and therefore we have multiple choices which node to use. But we always prefer direct line of sight, because this is where we have and achieve the lowest latency in this network.
When we talk about latencies, we're talking about the 3G signal of around about 45 milliseconds. And when we're transmitting a 4K signal, then we're around about at 75 milliseconds. Our encoder is an adaptive encoder. That means it will reduce the bandwidth if the network is stressed. And so you get the quality when the network is not stressed. But if you get a stressed network, then you will still have a picture, but the bandwidth will be reduced. The decoder, the encoder, I'm sorry, can easily handle two signals. So you can either transmit two 3G signals at the same time, or one 4K signal at 60p. So that's really a benefit if you compare it to our competitors, that you can really transmit even if on a lower bandwidth, and you won't get any clustering or pixelization. So the other thing that is really important is the meshLINK system allows you to integrate a LAN system, a LAN network that is maybe in the stadium. So the system not only checks every radio every 10 times a second, but it also looks for a local area network. And if it finds one, it will use that one instead of the hops to go over the radios. So it's really something that is automatically, and the user doesn't have to do anything, and the system itself is looking for the best way to reach the signal or to transmit the signal to the OB-WAN. And I think then we have our mesh soft that really helps you. You can see it on the right side of the monitor, that it's easily lets you calculate your coverage calculation in different areas. It's a 3D model, and it's also IP-based, and you can plant your radios at any position and see if you got line of sight or if it's obstructed in a way. So this gives you a quite easy way to calculate your coverage calculation.
So, as Jan told us, we are seeing right now two blue lines between these two links and a red one over there. The lines show basically the Fresnel zone of the RF signal, and if the line turns red, it means that there are obstacles in the way, so you don't have line of sight. What you are seeing now is Jan turned on the coverage calculation, which means we have now a heat map on the possible data rate.
And as you can see quite well, like this, I can really show how the coverage of those different things are. And even I can zoom out and see how my coverage in the different areas is. This coverage can show you the capacity, how much megabits per second you can achieve in the certain areas. So this is really something that helps you in planning and predicting things like where are my areas where I can't get any connections, or if there are any areas where I'm quite have a strong signal. Yeah, in the end, you have to say this is an IP-based system, so anything that it's by bidirectional, you are able to even send an SRT stream into the network, and the director or anybody else could just take his mobile, log into the system, and watch the SRT stream that has been fed to the system. So it's not only a video signal, it's more or less a flying IP network that you get with the meshLINK system.
Another thing we would like to show is our total recall function. The most important ones we have on the top. It's the number of radios in the network and the total airtime. The total airtime is very important for us because we always try to keep the total airtime between 40 to 60%. And that's what we use for implementing our adaptive encoding. Adaptive encoding, as we said before, steps in before the link is lost and before your signal gets worse or even you don't have any signal anymore. So adaptive encoding decreases dynamically the bitrate of the encoding. So you still have an image, you may lose resolution, but you still have an image.
And this is the most important thing in broadcast. You don't want to get any pixelization or anything. You still want to have a signal that you can use. And the meshLINK system really gives you the opportunity to even go to remote areas where you only turn on a radio and you got a second hop that the system is using. And for example, if you got a football player who got a red card in a stadium and runs off the field, you can just follow him into the catacombs and just show like he's kicking the trash bin or so. So this is really the benefit if we compare it to our competitors. What we also have is, like we already showed, is the coverage calculation, but we even can go back in time and even do during rehearsals can see where the signal maybe gets obstructed and see whatever happened. And that for this total recall is something that really helps you to analyze the whole situation during your rehearsals.
Yeah. So on the display on the left, it is showing right now the total recall function. We went back on Friday, 15 o'clock, and what we are seeing right now is this is the data rate of each individual radio, and this is the test we did. Here you can see where the data rate increased on another radio. So this is the point in time where the stream was forwarded via a additional hop or additional node.
Yeah. So to summarize, you get a waterproofed rugged system that can be go to remote areas. It has a dual frequency radio where you can choose from a frequency from 400 megahertz up to 6 gigahertz, and the battery for this system lasts for around about 8 hours. So it's something that you can put, it gives you the ability to really do broadcasts in complete new environments, and shows that you only, the limit is only your planning. So what we did in one use case, we had two customers who wanted to broadcast to a Super Bowl signal, a live situation. And what they did is they didn't even know we shared one frequency for them. So this is the Super Bowl thing. And what we did here, for example, this is the snowboard event we did. There was a snowboarder who was running down. There was a dual snowboard contest, and the cameraman just went down from start to finish with one mic, one note, on the back, and we had a total coverage of start to finish. Even in the finish area with a lot of people and a lot of frequency noises, we could guarantee a clear picture. The other things we did here is the time square, and there was quite difficult at the time square because you got all those almost more than 1 million people, and what we did here is just we rented hotel rooms, put in the hotel rooms in the windows the radios, and what we then did was we ordered landlines from the telecommunication companies and could provide like this a clean signal due to the frequency reflections of the radios. What you see here, this is also something you keep in mind. What you have is a system that is not only for video, but also for telemetrics, for controls of robots or whatever. And then we can summarize the 12 innovative summaries. We got antenna with power. We have a balanced camera, if you want, a waterproof and rugged environment, low latencies, and up to 4 channels. Bidirectional links, and an IP switchboard on inside, so you can lock anything inside. 2 or more units share the same frequency. Each encoder can forward signals, and you can use existing infrastructures. I think we have an innovative product here that can improve your productions, and if you want to contact us, just contact us on mesh-link@.de.